Morning guys, hope you're all doing fantastic. I have a fun day planned. I haven't heard back from him, so I'm not going to film anything, but I'm actually going up to a game store up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin with Mitchell today. I sent them a message on their Facebook page a couple days ago. I haven't heard back yet, so I don't want to intrude on people without asking first when it comes to stores and filming. So I'm going to I'll take my camera up there just in case they happen to email me and say that it's okay and I'm up there already. Otherwise, I'll show you some pictures when I get back from their either their page or the Google Maps has some really good images that people have uploaded to. But they have a ton of stuff. So Mitchell's gonna be here in probably about I don't know, hour, and then we're probably just gonna head up there, and I will take a short little video clip when I get back of the games that we pick up. So normally I wouldn't be buying games like this because obviously I haven't lost another 10 pounds, but when it's special occasion type things, that I'm kind of letting go. This is a one-time thing where, I mean, Sheboygan's an hour, oh boy, it's like an hour to an hour and 20 minutes away depending on traffic. So it's not exactly something I can go to routinely every other weekend or every few days or something like that. But yeah, I will let you guys see the games when we get back, and I'll let you know how it was. All right, so we're back. I haven't had anything to drink like all day, and we've been talking about video games a lot. So sorry for my voice being a little hoarse right now. But I want to go over real quick the games that we picked up. I got a very wide selection of games. For starters, we have the Silent Hill HD collection on the PS3. I was pumped to get this one. It wasn't too expensive. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of horror games. I love the Silent Hill movies. I love the concept of Silent Hill. It is not exactly my favorite kind of genre as a video game, especially if I'm by myself. I get scared easily. So the next game up is Hellboy, The Science of Evil. I picked it up for the 360. I'm a huge fan of Hellboy, and from the looks of it, it's made by Konami, but from the looks of the game, it looks very cool. Holy cow. The full voiceover is by Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, and Doug Jones from the actual feature film. That is cool. That is, I didn't see that until now. That is awesome. I'm a huge fan of the original films. Newer film wasn't bad, but the older films with Ron Perlman are amazing. So if you haven't seen those, definitely check it out. The next two games I actually had way back in the day, and I just haven't bought them yet. They're Dead to Rights and Dead to Rights 2. They're not bad shooters, but I can legitimately tell you the only reason I got these games was because on the front cover he has a husky. That's it. That's the only reason I bought those games back when I was a kid. Another game that I bought, I played a little bit. I remember renting this from Blockbuster, called Primal. I don't remember much about it, so this is pretty much a new game to me because I maybe played it for 5 minutes and I lost interest in it. But I was also like, I don't know, in middle school, and Kingdom Hearts was far better to me than this game was. So I'm looking forward to cracking this one open and seeing what I can actually get into. And the last one, it was only a few bucks, so I decided to pick up a cheap game, or a cheaper game, so I got Rocket Power Beach Bandits. You guys remember that show, Rocket Power? I was a fan of it. I thought it was cool. Don't have anything to actually remember the show with. No games, no movies, no nothing that I have. I mean, Nickelodeon wasn't really my go-to thing for cartoons, but Rocket Power was cool, so I figured I'd pick up one cheap game from it. So I cracked open the Primal game, and in the manual, which I thought was hilarious, about halfway through it, I found cheats. So whoever owned the game before me probably owned it way back in the day, and they just put the cheats in the manual. But this is really cool. I love finding stuff like this because there's history with this kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, cheats are cool. I like finding stuff like this, but I mean they're cheats. I mean you're trying to cheat the game. I like more or less when I had, like, say Metroid on the Nintendo. When I got the game, it actually had a printout that came in the manual of somebody who had paper and a pencil, and they drew out all of the maps and which directions to go to. Like, that's cool. That's dedicated stuff. This is, I mean, you're taking the cheap ride out here, buddy. But I get it. It's cool. I really enjoy finding stuff like this. And then my review of the store, and I'll show pictures right now of the actual store itself. It's free. Again, it's Freaktoyz up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Fantastic place. I rate it a 10 out of 10. Go there if you get a chance. I highly recommend it. Even if it's like a haul and it's a one-time thing, definitely check them out. The place was fantastic. It was amazing. It is hands down my favorite store right now for we're actually planning on going in a month again. Just to maybe save up a little bit of money. There was a system that I was looking at getting and some guidebooks. So we'll maybe do that next year, or next month. But there was a bunch of stuff to go through. You had the video games, you had movies, you had Pop Funko figures, Legos, toys, figurines from decades ago. It was awesome. Huge, massive Star Wars collections of all stuff that were still in boxes, brand new. Then you had huge areas for the comic books. They had a huge amount of pins that you could get there as well. As far as prices go, I was amazed. I was keeping up with both the Pop Funko app and the Game Eye app that I use for checking prices and keeping track of all my physical games. And for both the games and the Pop Funko figures, they were right at market value. I want to say there were maybe 2 games that I saw tops where the game was maybe $1 or $2 more than the market value. And when it's only a couple games or a few games like that, that's perfect. You're not going to be able to keep track of every single game that often to adjust the prices for inflation and the rise of the markets and the lowering of the markets and stuff like that. So that I understand. It's when every game is like that and they haven't changed in months. But yeah, I absolutely love the store and I'm definitely going back. So I'm going to update my gaming list with games that I haven't completed yet, restock those games in here, and I don't know, we'll see what the rest of the day holds. Morning guys, I hope you're doing fantastic today. It is a little gloomy out. I just put some laundry in. It's nice that I don't have to have the heat on anymore. Yesterday I got up to like 78. Today it's sitting at 66 and it's a little cooler out and windier just because of the rain and storms that we're getting this morning. It started to drizzle and then all of a sudden just downpoured, and now we're getting a light drizzle again. But I love these kind of days. They're super relaxing. Went to the gas station and I picked up a strawberry melon brisk, and I put half of that with half a bottle of Sprite. That is absolutely delicious. That is a 10 out of 10 drink, and I kind of wish they sold strawberry melon at the theater, because this is an amazing thing. What I'm thinking about doing today is working on this section of my Pop Funko figures going all the way down and into my Star Wars and Pokemon collection, because, well, I picked up a couple more like within the last few months. Those were pre-orders that I had, but yesterday when we were at that store I found this, and this one, even though it like shows the colored Pete on the side, it's a black and white one, and this one was only at Walmart. This one for a certain amount of time was pretty expensive and hard to find, but I was able to find one yesterday out of their huge selection, which may actually make the full complete collection of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. I'd have to, I'm gonna go through and put all of them in an Excel spreadsheet and go through and see if I need any more, because at this point I think I may have them all, which would be really cool. So the Star Wars and Pokemon section of the Pop Funko figures went a lot smoother than the Disney section, and even looking at the gaming one is next up, and I'll probably do that one tomorrow because I want to work on some other stuff on the computer right now. That one, I think only a few things are actually going to change on that, so it makes it really simple. So this would be all of the Pokemon and Star Wars section of them. Star Wars is pretty... Actually, that one was easy. I thought that one was going to be more difficult than it really was. The only issue with that is that I have a lot of bigger ones, so those were just stacked over here. And the Baby Yoda ones, as much as I love Baby Yoda, his come awkwardly because they're sideways, they're not up and down like normal. And then as far as the gaming one goes, it's only 2 or 3 that actually have to be implemented into the wall, and that can be moved around. So that's like 10 minutes worth of work, not even. But it shows you how much heat is actually generated in the condo when you're just moving around like that. It's 75 degrees right now. It never went above 68, 69 out here today. So I had my windows open. Having a breeze come in was amazing. Having the fans going, obviously like that one, moving the air around. It was nice. It was nice and refreshing. I hope we don't go from spring to summer very quickly. Like, we actually have some decent spring weather. Wisconsin's notorious for skipping spring and having basically just going from like winter to maybe a couple weeks of spring and then into summer weather. Before I get to any cool information, just to get you guys all caught up, it's been a few days now. Big thank you, big shout out to all the moms out there. It is now Mother's Day. So thank you to my mom, happy Mother's Day to you, as well as all of the moms out there, not just to kids, but to for anyone. You could be just a caring figure to a kid, to an animal, anyone that that you gotta take care of. Big shout out to you guys. So thank you very much. I just gotta go through a bunch of things real quick before we get to the big news. One, I went and saw Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Fantastic movie. My only issue is the I'm gonna try doing this without spoilers, the cameos. I thought because of how the cameos were handled, it was a waste. I mean, these were characters that we wanted to see in the MCU for a very long time, especially big fans like myself, and I just felt like that was spoiled. Like, that was over and done, and I'm like, really? That's what I waited 20 years to see that guy in there for? But overall, I thought the movie was fantastic. I thought it was really cool. I loved how they handled Doctor Strange and Wanda. I felt it was a true representation of what Wanda was actually capable of. Maybe even not going far enough, because in the comics she does do some wicked stuff. I'm also working on a couple of Lego sets right now that I just got that were pre-ordered a few months back, and I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to show you when they're done, because they belong in a set that I already have. So I want to show you the whole set once I'm actually done. But the big news, as you can tell from the little guy on my hat, we are going on another Disney trip. Already had a Disney trip planned out for like November, December, somewhere around there, right? And when I'm over at my mom's house, we have a tendency to do this where we reminisce about Disney and we're like, oh, well, they wonder what deals they have going on. And like, just for laughs, we'll go online and we'll see about like, well, what if I go from this day to this day? Like, how much would it be? Just to see what the current prices are with any current deals. And right now they have a deal going on with Disney Plus. So we applied our Disney Plus discounts, and for going from Monday to Friday with because I would probably only go to 3 of the parks out of the 4. From Monday to Friday, you're looking at just under $1,000. The hotel itself was under $700. So that, I mean, that was a big thing to me. I'm like, holy crap, I'm saving like quite a few $100s from this. I was just like, you know what? I might have to scrounge and save a little more, but why not? Why not take, I mean, you should probably take about 2 to 3 trips a year. Not like going out of state particularly, but like just to clear your head and just to have a weekend to yourself or with the family, stuff like that. So at the end of August, beginning of September, I'm thinking about that's the date that we're gonna go. Well, for now, I gotta look at the dates again, but we are definitely taking a Disney trip, staying at the Pop Century. I really enjoy staying there just because it's the Food and Wine Festival as well. So in Epcot, I could just take the Skyliner, drop me off right in the middle of France. I think it's like right in the middle of France and England, and I'm set. I'm golden. I don't have to move. I can just go around World Showcase and I'm good to go. Plus the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride is gonna be open. So I'm pumped for that, really excited for that one. So now, instead of working my butt off for the next 6 months to lose more weight, now I only have like basically 3 months. Oh, I got so much stuff to think about now with the Disney trip. I may film this one. I may hold off until November to do more of the Halloween based stuff. We'll see. But yeah, now we got a Disney trip to plan for. So I want to thank you guys for stopping out. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace out.